Now, the Morning Majority on 630.
WMAL.
8:07 on WMAL. Brian Neiman, Brian Wilson, Mary Catherine Ham, all together. Tucker Carlson joins us, editor-in-chief of the Daily Caller. Hello, Tucker.
Hey, Tuck.
Good morning, and congratulations on the new lineup. I was just listening in my car on my 14-minute commute in. Fantastic.
Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Yeah, it's very kind. My commute is 33 minutes when there's no traffic, so 14 minutes to get to work. That's pretty sweet. Well, so we have to ask you, because we had a heated debate about it this morning, what do you make of Weinergate? Anthony
Well, of
Weiner?
course, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I was gone. I was up fishing in Maine for Memorial Day, and I was kind of upset about coming home. You know, it's hot, and then Weinergate happened, and I just couldn't wait to get back to Washington. It's just such a great story. I have no idea if he actually sent a picture of his wiener or not, of course. It's not like I think he's above it or something. It's just hard to imagine what woman would find that appealing enough to make him want to bother to send it. But here's what makes me think that there's more to the story than we know. His reaction is bizarre.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. First of all, how do you hack into a Twitter account? You have to know someone's password. Well, how would you know that, right? So it would either his password was password, or someone close to him did this. Well, that's kind of a big deal. If someone hacked into one of your accounts, you'd have a heart attack, wouldn't you? I certainly would.
Yeah, or maybe his password was Big Boy 69, or something like that.
Well, he's got this really kind of laid back, oh, not a big deal, it's just a prank. It's a prank? Really? When someone said lewd pictures from your account, that's not a prank. That's an act of aggression, hostility. It's a crime. I mean, I don't know. I think that Weiner's behavior suggests that he knows what actually happened and isn't saying it.
Right.
I have no evidence beyond
That's my feeling, is that he figured out that it was somebody close to him who did this as a prank, maybe somebody on his staff, maybe a friend of his, and he doesn't want to get the cops involved because he doesn't, want to get them in trouble criminally, and that it's somebody he knows who did this.
Interestingly,
I remember when I was a kid, there was a U.S. senator whose name will not... Okay, it was Pete Wilson of California. And one of his employees went to a bachelor party in New York, and Auto Pen signed a bunch of pictures from the senator to his buddies at the bachelor party.
All right.
They were like, yeah, the hookers in Blow were fantastic. Thanks a lot. Yours, Pete Wilson.
Right.
And he left them in a cab in New York City, and the cab driver sent him back to the Senate office. Ugh. And the guy was canned.
That was pretty much the end of that guy's career.
It certainly was.
you know what I think is also interesting about Weiner's reaction is he apparently obliterated his YFrog account, which is where photos go on Twitter when you post them. The actual photo would have had information about where it came from embedded in the
metadata.
Right, exactly. The metadata about where the photo would have come from. So I think it's interesting that he took that step as well.
So it's possible it was him. He just didn't mean to set it out. Somebody set it out in the place.
I don't know. I'm reserving judgment.
Yeah, I mean, look, men are creepy, as we know.
Yeah.
Powerful men are the creepiest of all men, right? And they don't have a lot of friends, and they sit around. I mean, what is this guy doing on Twitter anyway, right? Why, he's a member of Congress. Why is he doing the kind of unemployed live in mom's basement thing with social media?
Wow.
I resent that.
I'm going to say, Mary Catherine's made a career
goodness.
out of that. Come on.
Mary Catherine is Mary Catherine Ham.
Yeah.
And first of all, she does it for a good cause, which is the Daily Caller.
Right.
So.
Totally different
She's
situation.
the least creepy person in the whole world. Come on. You have to
Yeah,
be
I have never sent unsolicited wiener photos.
Well, there are many who wish you would.
That's right. You get a lot more followers if you did.
What about Palin? You got any thoughts on the bus tour thus far?
It's pretty weird as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we tried to get Alex Pappas, one of our reporters, was down there and just tried to get basic questions like, where do I meet up? They wouldn't tell him anything, which kind of makes you wonder what the point is. I mean, I know she hates the media and everything, and that's fine. So do I, by the way. I probably hate the press as much as she does, but it does seem like a pointless event unless the point is just to call attention, just to remind you that she exists. I mean, she's not... It's hard to see that she's running for president. She still has her Fox contract in place. She has the most disorganized staff I've dealt with really since the last Alan Keyes campaign. So, I'm not attacking her personally. I'm just saying I just don't see her running for president.
Yeah. Did you hear her little soundbite down at Rolling Thunder?
Take a listen.
Fabulous.
Oh, it would be a blast if they were this is good. I love that smell of the emissions.
I think that's fantastic.
Well, I kind of like this. That's the Sarah Palin I like.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And actually, someone I know was down there said she looked great.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
saw the
like
picture.
that,
She looked
too.
good.
Yeah, I'm all for that. It's just that I don't know. And someone said, "What are you doing this for?" And she said, "Well, to remind America that the founders are great, or something like
No,
that."
I think it's to remind America that she's still here.
Well, I think that's right. It's like, think of a better answer than that. That was kind of lame. But I'm for it. I'm for more spectacles. as a general
Exactly.
matter.
Gives us something to do and something to talk about.
I just kind of love her messing with the media. That's the part that I enjoy. They'll just jump, and she gets to ride a motorcycle and hang out on her bus, and that's what she does.
She does it because she can. I mean, that's the bottom line.
I love the fact that the worldwide resources of CNN went to Gettysburg yesterday and hung out for no apparent reason.
To wait for her to come.
Bizarre. It's what our reporter said. He walked up to Bristol Palin, who was kind of standing there and looking kind of lost, and he said, "Hey, Bristol, how are you?" And was nice to her. He's the nicest guy ever. And he said she looked him right in the eye, scowled, and turned and walked away and didn't even respond.
Wow.
Ooh, to Alex Pappas? Who ignores Alex Pappas?
He may be the sweetest person
He really is.
in Washington.
All right, is Tim Pawlenty growing on you at all?
No.
No, really. See,
I want him to.
Way
I
harsh.
No, he's just not. I mean, I want Tim Pawlenty to grow on me. I want to feel those stirrings of affection. I want to wake up kind of thinking about Tim Pawlenty, but it just hasn't happened to me yet. Maybe I'm not old enough. I don't know.
because he's kind of growing on me a little bit. I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, all right, this guy isn't. It's almost the George Bush phenomenon. Remember when it was low expectations for George W. Bush in the 2000 presidential election, and I feel like there's like a lot of low expectations for Pawlenty now. Everybody says he's kind of boring, and then he does some stuff. You say, all right, that's kind of cool. I like that. He's starting to grow. He's tough with his words, and I love what he said about ethanol to the people in Iowa.
I love that. Anybody who can give the finger to Iowa farmers on the ethanol question.
Okay,
you're absolutely right, and I wasn't giving him credit for that. I'm probably buying into the conventional wisdom. I spend my life attacking people who buy into the conventional view of things, but I'm susceptible to it as well.
Second look at Tim.
Second look at Tim. Look, ethanol is completely indefensible from any perspective other than if you're an Iowa farmer.
That's right.
And so I would have to say anybody who panders on ethanol, not worth voting for.
Right. All right. Before we let you go, because I think you're somewhat of a fashion maven.
Well, especially with those bow ties. Yeah.
Well, he don't do the bow ties anymore, but I like that look. But I have to say, I've noticed over the last 6 months a trend that I think is coming back. Remember how bell bottoms came back? I sense that short shorts for guys are coming back. I saw it in Miami. Was on vacation, and I saw it at the beach this weekend, Tucker.
Not a good trend.
Do you support the movement of short shorts coming back for men?
Do I support it?
Yeah,
I'm moving to New Zealand if that happens. I mean, what, like the Three's Company look?
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's popping up. I'm telling you, it's coming back.
But may I point out, you're asking a guy who often wears a seersucker suit in the summer.
Well, I appreciate a seersucker suit.
Well, look, I mean, you were also in South Beach, so that's a self-selected group.
Okay, but I was in Ocean City this weekend, which isn't a self-selecting group, and I saw it there as well.
Really?
Yes.
It must have been a European or a Canadian.
No,
That's what I thought too, but I went actually and talked to the guy to make sure he wasn't, and he was a true-blooded American male.
I think it's hipsterism. It's like
yes,
ironic.
It is hipsterism.
It's ironic short shorts from 1983. That's what they're doing,
and they're coming back.
And you insist on talking about it at 8:15 in the morning.
Why are you encouraging this
I'm
trend?
not encouraging. I wanted to hear what Tucker had to say about it. He's completely against it.
The three trends in American life are obesity, tattoos, and now short shorts.
Yes.
Put them all together.
That's not good.
It doesn't work.
All right, Tucker. Always great to talk to you. We'll do it again soon. See you,
Bye, Tucker.
Go out and buy those short shorts because they're coming back.